Hello Pisces, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, Pisces. How are you doing, my water family? Thanks so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. I'm here with a few decks. We're going to throw these decks for these oracle decks for the overall energy for the week. And then we are going to pick it up with tarot and get some details for you. I pulled out the Surrenders deck because we do have a full moon in Scorpio going on Monday the 12th. And so that's going to be a little bit of extra energy. And it is a full moon, and full moons are about release, and this particular one is about bringing emotional truth to the surface so it can be released. Very interesting. I imagine that we the Pisces, will be purging a lot of emotional things through crying, probably. All right, let's find out what's going on here for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Pisces. Hey, if you're brand new and you want to stay and join this beautiful tribe, there's a subscription button down the bottom right-hand corner of this little square where I live here. If you'd like to say hello, I'm always in the comments. Let's find out what's going on for Pisces. We have delight. Bottom of the deck, we have success. Bottom of the deck for me is always the future energy. Let's talk about delight. What else do we have here? We have guilt. Bottom of the deck, we have freedom. It's kind of opposite energies, isn't it? And then we'll pick one here from this Surrenders deck. What should you be releasing next week? Tell me about Pisces. Pisces, which will you be releasing next week? We have surrender to the wisdom of your body. You know what's really interesting is I just did Scorpio's reading and they had the same card. So it's very interesting, I feel, because this is all about how you feel when you're around other people. And so let's talk about it. But first of all, we'll talk about delight. It looks like this is going to be a good week for you this week ahead. It looks like it's going to be happy, maybe good weather where you are. It feels like there's a bird here, right? And it looks like, oh, I don't know. I'm no bird specialist, but it looks like possibly, no, I'm not even going to guess. I don't really even know. But we do have a lot of white birds or doves in the background here. It almost feels like you'll be sitting in the middle of the delight. I'm going to say, because, well, me being an earth sign, like I'm an earth sun sign, and for me, this seems delicious, just laying there in the grass. And we've got some pink flowers. Pink are an indication of the crown chakra. We've got green, which is all abundant. So it feels like it's going to be a good week for you. It says, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. And maybe that's why. Maybe you're delighting in letting go of some sort of guilt you've been carrying. It feels like there is some sort of guilt here that I feel like you are deciding to let go. It could be because of this. It says, surrender to the wisdom of your body. It says, listen to your body's message about a person or a situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. So because we have delight here, it's very interesting. I feel like there is that you need to be listening to your body next week about the people or the situations that you're in, and make sure that you are clocking them. Make sure that you know how you feel around them. And that should tell you what sort of energy you're going to be in for the week ahead. I release beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So I feel like you're feeling situations out next week. It's going to be a very vibrational sort of week, because with the full moon coming up on the Monday, that means that we're getting at least 5 days worth of this energetic purge, right? So I feel like this is really timely in saying that, you know, you will have the success with feeling the situations out with people and places, situations. We have success. And so it feels like you've been waiting and watching, I want to say, waiting and watching for some sort of success to arrive. We've got freedom. This success could be anything. It could be love, it could be a job, it could be a friendship, it could be anything. We'll look a little bit more into it. It says freedom. It says, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. This is really important because we have lavender, which is healing. We have the third eye chakra, which is open. We have we have pink, we have blue, throat chakra, we have sacral chakra energy as well. So it does feel like you are very vibrational next week. And it's because you are about to surrender to your soul's path. It says your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. I feel like your lessons are going to be emotional ones next week. There might be emotional energies that are showing up for you, things that keep you quite emotional. I'm just going to reach over here. Let's look at some tarot. Tell me about Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Pisces, don't forget that private reads are open. If you're interested, my live readings are clocked by you. You decide how many questions, you decide how much time. I will give you whatever I can in the time frame that you allow. And I'm also doing still pre-recorded readings. If you'd like to do that, please look in the pinned comment, and you will find there the link to Hipsy. All right. Go there and check out the pricing if you like. Tell me about Pisces for the week ahead. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, please. We've got the Six of Cups. We've got the Ten of Swords. We've got the King of Cups. We've got the Four of Swords in the reverse. We've got the Four of Cups in the reverse. And then we have the Nine of Swords. Very interesting energies here. So it looks like with the Six of Cups and the Ten of Swords, it's telling me that it feels like you're trying to release some emotional memories from the past, very deep ones, Pisces. So I feel like next week is going to all be about the release, trying to make sense of your emotions, the ones that you're trying to release. It's about coming out of a comfort zone, or releasing yourself from a comfort zone. It feels like this Nine of Swords is a bit of worry energy. And the worry energy is, how do I deal with releasing this emotional energy or memories that I have from the past? And so this sort of all makes sense. It does feel like you are trying to release anything that is no longer assisting in your soul's growth. And you're doing that by feeling it out. When you feel good, you know that it's a good person, a good place, a good situation. When you feel bad or drained, you know that it's not a good person, a good situation, or a place to work. So I feel like what you're trying to do is release old emotions that you have felt really, really deeply. But it feels like you're having a hard time releasing nostalgia. So the nostalgia you have that keeps you connected to the past in a very deeply emotional way. This is Scorpio energy, right? Pisces and Cancer, because we're in a general reading. But I feel like with this Ten of Swords between the Six of Cups and the King of Cups is really significant. It feels like what you want to do is sort of get back to life, get back to the way it was. It feels like you want to look forward to successes. You want the freedom. It feels like you want to break free or disconnect from whatever's in the past in order to carry on your soul's path. But I feel like there are some things that you're going to have to purge. And I feel like that's what the Ten of Swords is telling me, that you're going to have to purge something in the week ahead. Tell me more about Pisces, please. What does Pisces need to let go of emotionally or energetically? Tell me what this Ten of Swords is. It feels like it's betrayal, emotional betrayal. Maybe you feel like somebody, that there was a hurtful emotional ending. Maybe words got very emotional during this ending. We have the Ace of Pentacles. I feel what you want to do is you just want to release it. You want to let go of it so you can have a good, solid, fair start with something that is stable. Make your emotions stable, I feel, for the week ahead. We've got the Justice card, and we've got the Emperor. So it does feel Yeah, it does feel like, look, I don't know who the Emperor is for you, but it feels like the Emperor is someone of authority, an authoritarian, or somebody who is of influence that carries clout. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not because they're off anybody's coattails. Do you know what I mean? I feel like this person is the clout. Do you know what I mean? This person is like somebody who has a lot of influence over other people. Maybe they had a lot of influence over you, but I feel like what you're trying to do is release your nostalgic memories, possibly, about the Emperor. This could be a boss. This could be your father, your mother. This could be somebody who had authoritarian energy over you. It feels like you just want to release it, and you want to clear the karmic energy, clear the karmic path. It feels like you're like, I really just have to invest in myself. That's the energy that I'm getting here. But it feels like there is somebody here who you're having a hard time letting go of, or it could be a feeling you're having a hard time letting go of. Tell me about this Emperor and the Ten of Cups. It feels like the Emperor and the Ten of Cups, the Emperor and the Ten of Swords and the King of Cups. It feels like this is all enmeshed here for me in terms of energy. What is this? We've got the Chariot, we've got the Page of Cups, and we have the Hermit. It does feel like they got the Two of Cups here as well, with the Eight of Wands in the reverse. It feels like there's somebody here that you have a lot of emotional feelings for. It feels like somebody who maybe, gosh, it feels like with the Page of Cups that it's like something stayed in the small state. So it feels like we caught feelings for each other, or there were feelings here for each other. It feels like something got emotional, and then somebody sort of retreated or retracted, recoiled, I think is what I want to say. The Hermit energy is like somebody just went into complete and total silence. The King of Cups tells me somebody is playing very stoic on the surface. It feels like everything was moving really quickly, and then all of a sudden, boom, it stopped. It feels like somebody recoiled. It feels like they got scared of their feelings, or they didn't want to show their feelings on the surface. I feel like the Emperor energy makes me feel as though this person maybe was trying to hide their feelings from you. At any rate, I feel like there's no communication now, is what it feels like here. We've got the Eight of Wands and the Two of Cups. It feels like there's no communication here right now. Everything's at a dead halt here. And it feels like you don't know why. You're confused as to why. The Sun is here and the Death card is here. And so I feel like you don't know, is this over? Like, is it over? Or is this person just like playing coy? Like, are they just being quiet because they're not really sure what to say? I feel like it's a really confusing energy for you, because the Sun is shining on the Death card and the Seven of Swords is here. So it's like, I feel like it's over, but this person doesn't have the courage to tell me that. That's sort of the energy that I'm getting here, because it's been silent. And I'm not telling you that it's over, but I'm telling you that it's because it's silent that you feel that it must be over, or just nothing is going to resume. It feels like, I want to say with this Six of Cups here and the Ten of Swords, this is why you're trying to let go of the Emperor, because the Four of Swords is in the reverse, and it feels like there's been little to no communication here, is what it feels like. Somebody's been in and out with their communication, and I feel like it makes you feel terrible. You wish they could be more open, but somebody here is not really being very open. We have the Six of Wands, we have the Fool energy, and we have the Five of Cups. So it feels like the World card being here with the Sun now, it feels like you have decided that this is probably not going to go anywhere at this point. Whatever this is, it feels like it's not going anywhere. The Six of Wands tells me that it feels like the Six of Cups being the nostalgic part of it, that the Six of Wands tells me that you are wanting to have victory over these thoughts. You want to let them go, but it's really hard to let them go. The Five of Cups is here. So it feels like it's very regretful that you regretfully are letting somebody go here, regretfully closing the door, but the writing is on the wall. The Sun is here and you see that the door is closing. I feel like you feel like the door is closed. And with the Magician being here, that the Page of Swords is like, you feel like this person might be watching you or observing you from a distance, but they're not saying anything. Tell me why the Nine of Swords is here. Tell me why the Four of Cups is here first, because it almost feels like somebody wants to be vulnerable. I feel it's the King of Cups. You could be dealing with someone who's an Aries, or maybe a Scorpio, Pisces, or a Cancer. It feels like somebody wants to be honest with their feelings, but they're holding back. Yeah, they're very attracted here. They're very attracted. They see the value in this connection. Somebody here is thinking about you in the long term. They're thinking about you in the long term, but it feels like the Four of Cups in the reverse is like, I wish they would just be more vulnerable. But the Hanged Man is like, I'm holding back. I'm not saying anything. I'm trying to get perspective on how I feel. It feels like someone is really very much in their feelings, but they're being very silent with you. They do see the possibility of something that could be brand new, that this little affection that we have for each other I feel like the Chariot tells me that this person feels almost out of control, like it could go out of control at any moment. And I don't mean in a bad way. And so I feel like they're trying to hold it under the surface. But listen, we have a full moon coming up on Monday, and Pluto is in retrograde, which also is ruling Scorpio. So look, it's a whole lot. It's a lot. Tell me about this Nine of Swords here. Tell me about this Nine of Swords. What's the worry? What's the worry, Pisces? The Wheel of Fortune is turning, and there's no commitment. It feels like you feel like this person is not someone who would ever commit, that they're sort of a lone ranger, or they're someone who, whether they're feminine or masculine, that there's someone who enjoys being alone, or someone who would never commit, or they maybe one time said to you, look, I'm never getting married again. It feels like with this Wheel of Fortune, the worry here is that everything is changing, and that you feel as though you'll never get a commitment to see this person again face to face. It feels like a lot of sadness that you're going through right now. It feels like the beginning of the purge of your energy, of your emotions. I'm just going to put 3 cards down here because I am going to extend this, and I'm going to take it into my membership area. So if you're interested in seeing the extended, if you'd like to do that, the membership area link is going to be in the pinned comment. For those of you who would rather not go into the membership area, I will leave a link if you'd like to purchase the extended. I'm not telling you to do that, but if you're interested in it, please go ahead and do that. We've got the Seven of Pentacles, we've got the Judgment card, and we've got the Eight of Swords. So I feel like something here is moving really slowly toward a resolution. But the thing is it feels like this Judgment card is here, and we all know that when the major arcana show up, that there really isn't anything that we can do to fight that energy. We really have to go with the energy and make decisions accordingly. And so it feels like somebody here is about to make a decision. The Eight of Swords is a place where they are imprisoned in the mind, and this person is about to make some sort of a decision that I feel you've been waiting on for a while. You've been waiting for them to make a decision. I feel like the decision is right here, that someone is going to take action. We've got the Seven of Swords, and you don't see it, but I feel like somebody is about to work on something here. I'm going to take this into the extended if you'd like to be there. I will leave some links in the pinned comment if you're interested in that. And thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, Pisces, but I'll be back because, well, I'm always back. You guys take care. Bye-bye.